This is Chesterfield Gorge. This is where Nomadic Fanatic was when he was in New Hampshire. They have a really nice walk. They also supply you with walking sticks. And even though this is a beautiful trail and it has a beautiful waterfall, there's someplace I'm going to take you that Nomadic Fanatic missed, and it's out of this world. And we'll be there in a little while, but we just stopped to take a break. This here is some pictures of the area. It's a long walk, and I have Leona with me and the dog, so we're not going to go down that way. Just taking a little break. They have toilets, and they have an information center. I'll see what they have in the information center. Hi! I have never been here when the information center's been open. Do you have anything on Madam Sherri's Forrest?
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm recording.
Yep.
Is that okay?
That's okay.
All right.
So we do have a map for that. Let's see if I can grab it from here. A bunch of folders. And what I'll do is show you how to get there.
I know how to get there.
Oh, you do? Then you're okay.
But I didn't know if you had any information like pamphlets and stuff, but I'll gladly take the map.
I don't have a pamphlet on Madame Sherri's Forest. This is a state function. This building, this park is
Okay.
run by the state. The Madame Sherri's is run by a conservation association, so we don't have. Well, we have the map, but that's.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, that's great. All right. I didn't realize this was run by the state. It's a beautiful trail. I've been down here before. You have beautiful waterfalls and stuff.
It's a little low right now. The water's not moving very fast. Sometimes, when, let's say, if a hurricane comes through and a couple of days later.
What is your name?
Kim Nielsen.
Okay. I'm Gail Hedrington.
Gail.
Yeah.
And you are?
Lee Gagnon.
And this
Franklin.
is? Franklin. Okay.
He doesn't have a last
It's
name.
not a Havanese. What is it?
Pekingese.
A Pekingese. Sure.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you. This here is Spottford Lake in Spottford, New Hampshire. This is another great thing that Nomadic Fanatic missed. The importance of Spottford Lake. George Carlin's ashes are spread in the lake. They were spread in the lake shortly after he passed away. According to an interview with his brother, the reason was, which is an odd reason since George Carlin always mocked religion, he went to a Catholic camp on this lake, and he said that it was the most peaceful time in his life, and that's where he wanted his ashes to be. I have always wanted to go swimming here, but I think that it's a little weird. Would I have ashes of George Carlin on me when I got out? Maybe I'd get out and I'd be a lot funnier than I am now. But he was a great comedian. I'm honored that he chose New Hampshire to have his ashes placed in. It's a beautiful lake. This is the public beach. The camp is up a little further. I'm not sure if that's open to the public. If it is, I'll give you a show of that. But for now, this is Spottford Lake, resting place of George Carlin. Well, this is what was the camp that George Carlin went to. I'm not sure if it's the same way that it was when he was here, because this building here looks older, and this is Camp Spottford. This is the dining hall. It's now, I think it changed from a Catholic camp to a Christian camp. But they got a nice eating area here. The kids are all playing over there. And up here, it says, all for the glory of God. So this is where George Carlin went to camp. They have the cottages up behind back. They look like they may be the original cottages. That's probably the caretaker's cottage there, but the other cottages are up this way. I can't go up there camps in season. I don't want them to think that I'm a stalker. But you get the idea. It's a very peaceful kind of place. Looks like a happy place. And that's probably why he wanted his ashes here. It is a very happy place. We'll be on to our next destination. This here used to be a pond, all with water. This was a homestead. And this was the pond here that was filled with all water. It's all dilapidated now and grown in, but that must have been beautiful in its day. This will tell you a little bit about Madame Sherri. She was in Ziegfeld Follies, and she even had a patent on. Could you hold him? She even had a patent on something so you didn't get makeup on your clothing. I looked her up and I read about her. There she is in her glory. She used to ride around in this car with her fur coat. She was the talk of the town here. And she built this place here with her boyfriend. And that's what the inside looked like. It was a really nice house, but they also had a farm across the way. And there's another picture of the house. So it was really sad because on the day that she was admitted into the nursing home is when this place burnt down. And she's buried in Brattleboro, New Hampshire. So let's go up. I'll show you the remains of her house. It's really...
Brattleboro, New Hampshire?
Yeah, I mean Brattleboro, Vermont. So they have a lot of hiking trails here, but this is just a short hike up to the castle.
The beagle's coming out.
I know. I swear he's half beagle. He's got to smell everything.
Look at him. I still think it's funny the way he walks. It's kind of cute.
Now just watch because there's some knots from the trees here. The roots.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it's fairly level. I've walked up here with a bad foot. So we're on our way to the castle in the woods. This is another thing that Nomadic Fanatic missed, and it is really kind of neat. I haven't been here in 2 years. He's got that wrapped around his foot. Yeah. I'm going to let you walk him. Stay away from any leaves that have 3 leaves on them. A lot of them looks like they've fallen down. This is where the house was, but a whole section of that has caved in since I've been here. We used to be able to walk up on top, but I would be afraid to now. See, that arch is ready to fall.
Yeah. You have a big crack on it.
The last time I was here, it wasn't like that. And that arch there is starting to fall.
Yeah. Two of them.
And there was another one that went that way. It was bigger. I have a picture of it at home.
And every one of those archways, you can go right through it.
I would be afraid to now.
No, I wouldn't go through it, but I mean, it's right through it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's a great place to come and take photos. I guess you could first go on that first one. Doesn't look too bad. As most places, kids come out here and vandalize it, which is a shame. So this here is what remains of the house. There is a nice fireplace inside. Beautiful stonework. This always fascinated me. I always try to figure out what it was. It looks like something went in there, but I don't know what. And if you go down here, you can see more of the castle, what's left of it. I hope the lighting's good enough. I can hear my dog crying for me. Franklin is such a mama's boy. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm on the other side. You just don't see work like that done anymore these days. This is probably the most preserved of all of the stonework. But even so, inside people trashed it. I met a girl once, her dad built a house out of stone. She said every time her father went out in the field, he bought a stone and brought it back to the building site until he had enough stones. I forgot to ask her how long that took. One last look of Madame Sherri's castle. She had such a tragic ending. She had all the fame and all the money, and she ended up in a nursing home. House burned down that day. is Leona. Was he crying? I heard him. He is such a mama's boy.
Yeah, he was upset. I kept telling him no. I'm bigger than you are. You might have 4 feet and I got 2, but I'm still the boss at times. Those are the tiny little balls.
So that was a nice little walk.
Yeah.
You still worried about ticks?
Well, no need to worry about it. I'm out. Look at all the ferns they got here. Loaded with ferns. Well, that's what we call them, ferns.
So that's it for my mini tour of the Keene area. I was going to stop to show you where Nomadic Fanatic camped, but somebody's camped there and I don't want them to think I'm spying on them. But it's just across the street really from here. If you go back and look at his visit to New Hampshire, you'll see it. And you'll see Chesterfield's Gorge. I was in the hospital when he was up here. I wasn't watching YouTube then, or I would have told them about these neat places. But that's going to be it for now, and happy tales.